officer back there in the suit. He was another one that got out of it. Not my parole officer, I really ain't on parole, but some of them kept up. Come on. but it's true. Those friends of mine that I grew up with, listen, we all had it the same. We grew up on the same road together. We all had the same economic situation. There wasn't anybody that was richer or poor. We were all middle class. We all had about a car and a half, because we had one that run and one that halfway run half the time. So we had 1.5 cars. We all had a dog. We all had a bicycle. We all had a cat or two hanging around. We all had a mom and a dad that would tear your butt up if you got out of line. We had neighbors that would give you a whooping. And then when you got home, you got another one. Amen? We all had the same social, economical strata of life. We were all living in the same neighborhood. Blue collar, roughneck, just common people. Nobody driving a Mercedes, nobody driving a BMW, we were all Ford Chevrolet, and sometimes we had people that were unbelievers that drove Chryslers. But, I mean, if you drove a Chrysler, you were just unsaved. I'm not even sure about it today. There's only a Ford. Only a Ford. And then maybe a Chevrolet. Somebody said, well, yeah, but there's a lot more Chevrolet parts. Yeah, you're going to need them. But we all grew up in the same social setting. But see, those friends of mine, I can remember when we started spreading our horizon to other people, other friends. We got cars, we got automobiles, and we started kind of going off and meeting people and stuff like that. And I can remember my friends start to get involved drinking a little bit. How many of you remember the Baby Miller? Baby Miller? The Baby Miller. Somebody yell, Baby Miller? That's the ponies, the little 8-packs of Baby Millers. Never drank from one, but I saw them all the time. My friends started dabbling with that kind of stuff. We'd go to campouts, and here they'd come with their beer at the campout, and everybody around that camp would get high except maybe me and somebody else. It wasn't too awful long till they started dabbling around with pot, smoking pot, and stuff like that. By the time they got to the pot stuff, man, I just left them alone. I wasn't going to fool with them because I didn't want no part of any of that. But as time progressed and they kept planting these seeds in their life, they kept planting these bad things in their life, it became fruition. And sin overtook their lives, and they died. Most all of my friends died penniless, and they died druggies and drunks, or something that was related to it, killed in a car wreck or something like that was related to it. And some of them didn't. There were some of them that had some real legitimate problems that wound up dying, some health issues. But what I'm saying is, if you don't take care of me, and you don't plant some good seeds in your life and allow them things to come up, you're going to reap a harvest one of these days. You're going to, listen, I know people, we went to church with people that were so hard religiously on their children. I can tell you one family right now that they were so rough and tough on their kids in religion that when those girls got grown, they don't even want to be in church anymore. Because Mama and Daddy were so hard religiously on them. And they could say, well, the devil has got them, but listen, maybe the devil had Mom and Daddy backed into a corner. Because you can even take religion and go wrong with it. Listen, it's more like a relationship with Jesus Christ. And I can't make these girls do anything. My mom was always telling me, you got to tell Katie, set on her money. Don't spend her money. I said, Mom, she's working. She's making her own way. She's making her own money. She said, you tell her she got to save. She got to save. I said, you tell her. She knows. And Mama tells Tristan to tell me, to tell Katie to save. Katie does what Katie wants to do. But you know what? Katie Weeks loves coming to church. Katie Weeks loves coming and singing in the church. I got another one over here. She likes to come to church. She likes to sing to church. Listen. You can have a relationship with Jesus Christ and understand that you're growing. I did not expect, when these girls started following Jesus, when they started living their life for Jesus, I did not expect them to be where Mom and Daddy is. I still don't expect them to be where I'm at. Sometimes I find out they're a little further ahead on something than I am. Because God's working in their life. And He shows them things. And listen, you know, I told this story one time when Tristan was about to get married to Jerry. And I was giving her a rough time. We'd just be riding down the road. She just bust out in tears because she didn't want to leave home. She wanted to get married, but she didn't want to leave home. And Mama Weeks says, well, y'all can't live here. There ain't enough room. And you know, I'm all the time going on to it with her. We was riding down the road one day in a pickup truck. She just busted out squalling about a week or two before the wedding. Just crying, carrying on about getting married and leaving home. And I said, what is wrong with you? She said, oh, you and Mama, y'all just been too good to me. Y'all just made it too good for me. I've never had to go through all the stuff that my friends had. I just love y'all, and y'all made it too good, and my life's about to change, and I don't want you just dry it up. I can't wait for you to get gone. And you know, I kept telling her all this, but inside I was dying. But I couldn't let her see it. I couldn't let her see what God was doing to me. And I would get anxious. I knew Jared's a good kid. I knew his parents. They were good people, and they were church-going folks. And I mean, they're Woodstockians. They've been around forever like we have, and lived in the same house all the years just like we have. I mean, solid, established. I mean, they're solid as a rock. They're there. Good Christian people. But yet, knowing that he was young, and knowing that she was young, and knowing that they were about to step off into the adventure of life, and knowing what I knew about the devil, and about how trials and tribulations come, and every time something was happening in their lives, I think to myself, oh, it started. And then I hear them say, oh my God, it started. All the troubles Mom and Daddy went through, we're going through it. We're fixing to go through it. Yeah, you are. Gonna have some more. Yep, gonna have some more. But I would find myself. Y'all got time for this, don't you?
Come on.
Yeah.
Y'all got time for this, don't you?
Yeah.
I would find anxiety beginning to rise up inside of me. And I literally would feel fear because my daughter was leaving home and she was getting married. And in my heart, I would feel fear in my heart for them because I knew that they was going to be out of Mom and Daddy on both sides' care, out on their own. And they were going to have to make decisions for themselves. And you always ask yourself that question, did I do enough? Did I do it? Can I tell you that you've got to nurture your children? I mean, I am not a servant, by no means a slave to my family, but I am a servant to my family. And just let me say this, the quicker that daddies figure out that you're not Mr. Macho, and this is not about you, and it's not about your bass boat, your motorcycle, your car, your hobby, your hunting, your fishing. Listen, when you got children at home, It's not about what you want. What Jesus said, you know, James and John come to Jesus and said, we want to be great. How can we be great?